InkTV's back at it, coming at you with the latest player interviews, interviewing some of the best players in the game. Today we're going to be talking to Power, world champion. Only 4 American players could call themselves that, and he's one of them. One of the best chargers in the game. Mr. One Shot, 4 kills. This man does not stop. All right, Power, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Hand on the game, we are not playing the same. No, we not looking to change. Hand on the wheel, they think we lacking the drive. Boy, you should stay in your lane. Foot on the gas, I do not care if I crash, long as I stick to the plan. What is the plan? I cannot lie for none of you, long as I know who I am. I'm in control.
Power, man, good to have you. Glad to have you for this interview, man. How you doing?
Doing great. I'm tired, but we're ready.
Yeah, so I remember thinking back, like the first time maybe that I even ever heard of you. I think way back in Splatoon 1, I was with NSTC, you were with C-, and I'm not gonna lie, none of us on NSTC knew who any of you guys were on that team, but we just knew there was a really strong charger who would always get us all the time. So like, what was it like back then, just, you know, picking a weapon for yourself, picking a role, and deciding that that's what you wanted to do and, you know, take it from there?
It's weird, like when I started out, I was just like everyone else. I play like, you know, splatter shots. I went to, funny thing is I saw Dude's video. I saw him his like splatter scope montages, and I'm like, okay, let's pick this up. And I watched his streams and I'm like, okay, I can beat him. I can beat Dude. I can beat
Confident.
Dude. That's what I was thinking. Like, I can beat this guy. Like, I can be like better charger than him. And I'm like, that just made me want to play the weapon more. And then I go into these other games with like other teams and I'm like, okay, I'm not getting destroyed. I'm holding my own. I'm like kind of destroying too. So that's just like the attitude that's like starting up.
So when you first started with competitive, your first tournament, were you playing backline already or were you playing a different role?
I was playing backline. I think I was playing Jet Sculpture, and we were playing NSTC actually. I don't know if you were on it. I know Sendu was on it, and they destroyed us. We got 2-0, 3-0'd, Ink or Sync, whatever that was. Then losers, we got destroyed again, 2-0, and I was like, damn. I got off Jet Sculpture, that's for sure. Then I just started playing Charger more. I started hopping into a bunch of different teams, random pickups. Then I landed into C-. I guess it worked out. Like, it was a giant team.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just liked me. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
So going along with that, when was that moment that, like, you know, you like you mentioned, you struggled a little bit at the beginning, you know, get those 2-0s, 3-0s not in your favor.
Yeah.
But like, what was that moment where you were like, damn, I'm a top player. I really feel like I belong.
Well, I guess individually, I've always like, for like a while, I felt like I'm okay. I can hang with top players. I can go into a match and do really well. It was usually like my teams would be like not so like coordinated, and part of that was like I was like staying with my team to like try to like get us all, you know,
to that level. Yeah,
get us all better so we could like all like, you know, coordinated and stuff like that. So that's why they was C- for like a long time, and we did get better. Like we went from like, I don't know exactly, but we did have better placings, like 3rd place, 2nd place.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog.
Something I think I obviously have to talk to you about. You're one of only 4 American players who can say that they're a world champion. When you first, you know, won that NA championship and they invited you to the world championship, did you guys think you had a chance? Did you think you were gonna beat Japan? And what's it been like since then?
I guess okay, I never go into a tournament thinking we're gonna lose. I hate that. If anyone like on my team says that, like, oh, now you have Starburst or something, we're gonna match up against Starburst, then I don't care. I think we're gonna win. So with Japan, I'm like, okay, we'll do that. We'll beat Japan, and yeah, and we did. So I was like mad excited about that. Since then, it's been kind of weird. Like before that, I feel like I wasn't really that known for like getting results in Splatoon. Then after that, like I would post like a video and then people would be like, oh, it's world champion Power. Or Japanese players would be like, E3 world champion Power. I'm like, damn, that's kind of cool. That's
some recognition right there.
That was like really cool. It also let us play like with Japanese players that were like higher level and stuff that we never got to do before. So I don't know. I really like that actually.
Yeah, no, I mean that's dope. Like, I won a lot of tournaments, but I don't even know what it feels like to be called a world champion. You know, that's completely just different.
On the tower, as you said, Wit trying to get a couple splats. It's got us in this check. Triple splat! Sound the air horn!
Yeah, it's weird. I remember like after winning that, I was just like, did that just happen? Like what happened?
Let's talk about it, I guess, just a little bit more. That was actually the first time anyone's played Splatoon 2.
Oh yeah.
So what was it like going into a complete fresh game, you know, with your team trying to figure out what exactly, you know, do we do here? What's the meta? Nobody knows. Let's try and create something of our own.
Right. Well, mainly we had like Hexen and Pingit doing like sort of like the meta talk and stuff, like developing strategy. We didn't have that much time to do it. So we sort of picked what was, I guess, like not the easiest, but sort of like the easiest thing to pick up. Like if you have fundamentals from Splatoon 1, you just pick up these weapons and play like this, you should be fine. That's why I ended up picking Splat. Like to this day, everyone tells me, why didn't you play Charger, bro? Like since I'm the Charger, I'm like a Charger player or something. And I'm like, anyone who picked Charger did not do well because they have to get used to the new controllers and yeah, so Splatly just gives you easy paint. We're like, okay, that works. That's what we thought, like going into it.
You win the world championships with Deadbeat. And then not too short after that, you guys get signed as Set to Destroy X. One of, you know, at that time, the biggest sponsor in the community. And I feel like that really put a target on your back. Now, if the World Championships wasn't enough of a target, now you guys were this, you know, sponsored team. And I think if I had to ask anyone in the community to talk about you, you're like this very laid back, you know, very nice guy that everyone loves, but then you're on Set to Destroy X and everyone hates you, wants to see you lose. What was that like?
Your #1 overall seed. Let's give a big round of applause for Set to Destroy X.
They are the favorites for a reason. Pengit smiling ear to ear, Power looking no different, Hexen scowling as always, and Kiver giving high fives to everyone he can find.
That was very weird for me. Like I usually, when it comes to dealing with that, I don't like seek it out. I don't seek out like go on Twitter, social media, and look for like haters or something. So I did hear it was there though. But I don't know. I tend to like ignore that stuff. Honestly, it's like if I like listen to it too much, it makes me like question myself. It makes me like wonder like, oh, am I like playing well or whatever. So yeah, I just ignored them.
Did you feel like there was any bit of added extra pressure now that you guys were sponsored to, you know, go out and win everything? Yeah,
definitely. I do remember we didn't enter that many tournaments after that, but we just enter like LANs and stuff. I remember Squidstorm there was like a weird feeling with Squidstorm when we went there. There was like every game we would lose would be like the craziest thing for people. And I guess like there's times where I do get nervous about that, but I guess like just doing that over and over again sort of I got a little more used to it.
Yeah, I mean you guys went on to win like what, probably like 5 LANs or so in a row.
Yeah.
So I mean after the first time someone, you know, cheering for you losing, I'm sure you got used to it.
It's just sort of whatever. I remember, I think at the point it stopped mattering for me was when Genesis 5, we matched up against Olive, Ghost Gaming at that time. And that was like the hyped matchup of like the century at that point. And the second we started that set, everyone was just screaming, yelling, comms and all that. And nothing else mattered. We were just like playing. That was like one of the best, like my favorite sets.
Yo, Pengit jumps up I don't think I've ever seen him jump up, and as usual, the entourage going to come up and give the hug that we see so often from Set Destroy X. A lot of friends here. Olive going home in 3rd place. Not what they wanted here. They got so close.
I feel like that era in Splatoon in general, when it was like Set to Destroy X and Ghost Gaming at the same time, was like, you know, kind of a golden age or so of like, you know, these big top teams going at it for each other. Do you think like we'll get to a point like that again in Splatoon 3 where we have these bunch of sponsored teams, you know, duking it out like you guys did?
I think it's possible. Right now, I don't see it because one, Ghost Gaming was like a good content like team. Like a lot of them made content. Set to Destroy X, they picked us off like the World Championship, and we did have like some content like makers. So I feel like that kind of thing, like that kind of like jumpstart, let like teams get sponsored easily from the big orgs. And I think maybe like if you look at Nintendo events like the NA Open or World Champs, maybe a team could get sponsored like that, like Starburst. They just need to get I think just need to get the content right. Like Dude says, like content. So
yeah, you guys, I feel like all of you, not only were you great players, you all had good personalities. We talked about it a little bit. You're mostly known as, you know, this amazing Charger player. But then in Splatoon 2, there was this time where it was like, you know, nobody wants to play Charger. There's too much things going against the missiles, armor, and things like that. But now Splatoon 3 is back. Is that a role that, you know, you want to keep going with the Charger? Or do you want to flex onto other backlines?
What I've noticed, well, Splatoon 2 was like I guess me trying to make Charger work as much as possible. And now I've sort of changed from that. I think I've started to see like, oh, this is where Charger doesn't work. This is where other things could work. And I just like think like I watch the high level Japanese players and stuff, and I see what is like winning stuff now. And not all the time is Charger. I still think I can like play really well with Charger at times, but I'm more interested in changing up like my weapons, learning different weapons, figure out like how the game works with different weapons, and it sort of just like adds to Splatoon. Like it makes it a lot more interesting for me. So that's what's been keeping me going right now.
What's the end goal for Power? What do you've already been the world champion, like you've won a bunch of tournaments. What is there any goal in mind for you that's like, if I get this, you know, I'm happy with my career? Or are you already at that point?
I would say World Championships great. One thing I never really got to do was, like I said earlier, I play with like this, start off with like a team that I think like, okay, these people are interested in improving and stuff, and sort of actually improve to some level that I'm like satisfied with. Because when I was with C-, that sort of happened, and then the team fell apart, and then I joined Deadbeat, Set to Destroy X, which we were just like really good like right off the bat. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
So you're in it for the grind. You want to take that team from like a mid-level, high-level, like bottom of high level, take them up to the top.
Yeah, that I noticed like the tournament runs that we have, when we do well, that just feels so much more satisfying for me right now.
You've obviously been playing Splatoon for a long time, Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2, and now 3. But outside of Splatoon, what are you into? What's Power do on a regular day outside of Splatoon?
I'd say usually my nights taken up by Splatoon. Other things I'm doing right now, trying to finish school, find some job somewhere. It's hard out there, but you know, I really love like trying to stay in shape, like running on a regular basis, biking. Biking is so fun to me. It's like you can sort of go anywhere, and especially in New York, you don't need the car. With the car, it's not that fun. Biking, you can go anywhere, go as fast as you want, and I've been like doing that a lot more actually.
Power, it was great to have you. Always a pleasure to talk to you, man. So thanks for stopping by for the interview.
I appreciate it, Walkie.
Times close, I whittled them down, sticking to them by sticking around. A gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the cross. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman Jock.